What we do is just take the tape, set it down to the bottom, then I want to pull towards the end this way so that I pull the mud out from underneath the tape. In today's video, we're going to do something a little different here. As you can see, I'm shooting this with my phone, but I want to talk about something that comes up in tape and drywall that isn't super frequent, but when it comes up, it's a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to flip the phone around here. Down that way, I had the widest gap, and what I did is I filled that gap, and I filled it as full as I could so that there were no spots that weren't full of material, because if you leave air, you're going to get a bubble in the tape, and you don't want that. So you got to make sure you push enough material in the back that there's no spots where the tape is just floating in the air. You can see here, when I say tape, I'm talking about the drywall tape, not the orange tape. The orange tape is just to protect the surface here of the counter. You can see I pulled it up down there because as I pulled it up, I was a little bit too close to the wall in a couple spots, so I had the chance to just clean those up. But by not tucking it underneath, it was real easy to do that. So as you can see here, I'm outside the wall, and I've started to float that crack. So there's material going underneath the wall, but see how I'm not leaving any openings. I'm filling it all the way up. And I'm going to continue to do that. But what I wanted to show you here is I have drywall tape, and I used my knife to just set my knife here, pulled on the other side of the tape, and got a nice straight edge. So that way, as you start, you're working with a square edge against wherever you're going against. If you don't, you're all torn and ragged, then wherever you start, it's not going to be very even. So I do have a little bit of material here. I'm going to make sure that I don't have any dry spots, and then on the height of the tape. Sorry, once again, I know not the best video. Guess Jordan's job is safe. So I would not do this one-handed normally, but so I'm going to embed the tape here, and then as I come down, I'm going to make sure that I've tucked it in here just as far as I can, and then I'm going to grab my knife, and I'm going to come along and just make sure that that's tucked all the way in, that I pulled all the air out, and I pulled the material along the bottom out so that I can pull that tape. Once I've gotten it to that stage, then I need to recoat it. My 20-minute mud's getting a little thick here. So the idea is to get enough mud on the wall so that you don't have any dry spots that turn into bubbles. And in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you how to deal with bubbles in drywall tape. So if that were to happen, I've got something going on right here where you kind of see where it's lifting a little bit. When you use fast set mud, you got to be quick, because you can see here there's a dry spot in the tape right there. That's a bubble, and that was not going to go away. So I got to go mix some more mud and fix that. But you can see where we're going, and when I come back, this will all be taped and show you how it looks once I get it done with both hands. So here we are. Finally figured out a way to get the phone set up so that I could show you what this is all about. So I'm basically just rolling some mud up on the wall. This is the technique to cut the tape. So what we do is just take the tape, set it down to the bottom, then I want to pull towards the end this way so that I pull the mud out from underneath the tape. You can see how it squeezes out and ends up on the blade. Down here at the end, let's see if you can see just right there, you can see where it also squeezes out the front edge. So collect all that, come right up to my box here, and tear my tape off. Now I'm going to go back and run a little more material over the top of this and basically get my first float coat going. And this is really quick and easy because of the fact that it's flat. You're not having to do a corner or two sides, so it makes it really easy. So as you can see here, I'm not quite full down there along the bottom, so I just go with a little bit of material on the edge of my blade and I squeeze it downward, fill it up. Same. Come back and just clean that out. And you have to practice with the angle of the blade, because if I'm too steep, then it has a tendency to chatter and you get little ripples. If I lay it nice coat out and then I stay kind of flat, I get a much smoother end result. So now I can go to this end and grab this tape and pull this tape out. You just want to pull this out slow. If you're a little bit in past the wall, it's not a big problem. This is actually pretty good. And stop right there. But you can see how that line going along the top of the countertop is very clean, except for the tape tore back there a little bit. I got to get back and fix that. But get back in a second and show you the end result. Okay, so I'm so excited about how this came out and the fact that the tripod's working much better than me holding the phone. I'm just going to jump in here. So basically what I want you to see is our finished tape line going along the wall here, and that 1/2 inch gap down at that end, which came down to about 1/4 right here, is all gone and everything's looking really clean. Now, this is basically one coat over the top of the tape. Not going to be enough. Need at least one more coat. But it is looking very clean, and the tape is embedded nicely. I don't see any bubbles, and so we're going the right direction. What I will say is that if we had a bubble here, we would be able to fix that. And so I hope you stay tuned for an upcoming video, because we're going to talk about what happens if you're taping like this and you get a bubble. I really prefer paper tape over the fiberglass tape, and it's all a matter of preference. But this, once you get the hang of it, is so much easier to deal with than the fiberglass tape, because you get little loose ends in that fiberglass tape, and I've been frustrated many times by that. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please hit follow or give us a like, and join us for our next video. Thank you.